Learning to use my heart this way. My love for you. I'm still learning to use my heart this way. My love for you. Baby, I'm the Tin Man Iceman. I'm the Tin Man Iceman. I'm the Tin Man Iceman, baby. Baby, I'm the Tin Man Iceman. I'm the Tin Man Iceman. I'm the Tin Man Iceman, baby. Hey, yo, this is your boy Post. You're now tuned in to hoodactionnews.com. Bow, cacao. So it's your boy Post. You're now tuned in to hoodactionnews.com. Got some stories for you today. Super diabolical news. Always, just like always. So super diabolical. You know what I mean? So speaking of super diabolical, 11 people shot and 3 people killed in Brooklyn, New York. So let's see what happened in Brooklyn, New York. Now, I know this is at a nightclub in Brooklyn, New York. Let's check out the details. Before I hit the button and show you this, for starters, I want to say I do not attend nightclubs. Maybe since I was 25 years old, I do not go to nightclubs. Let me tell you the reason why. I do not go to nightclubs because I am in Philadelphia, and when I was 25 years old, one summer, every time we went to a nightclub, when a nightclub lets out, they were shooting in the parking lots on Delaware Ave in Philadelphia, right? Every time we went down Delaware Avenue, Baja Beach Club, you know, if some of y'all old enough to remember, they were shooting every time. You know what I'm saying? Every weekend. So after that, we decided to do stuff like just, you know what I'm saying? Like me, just say like 2 of my homies, we would do stuff like maybe go to like a sports bar, maybe like Buffalo Wild Wings, something like that. Go somewhere to watch the game, or just straight up, we even stopped going to strip clubs. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much me and my homies, we might go out to eat, talk, go watch the game. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Nightclubs, no. And that's pretty much when I was 25. Now, that's a while ago. So pretty much now it's probably going to be the same outcome. Now, that's all I want to say. I do not go to nightclubs. Not at all. Even the chicks be fronting in nightclubs. That's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother whole show. So let's see what happened here in Brooklyn.
are dead, 8 others in the hospital this morning, and police looking for suspects after a shooting at a nightclub there. This is on Franklin Avenue in Crown Heights, not far from Prospect Park, and that's where we find Weekend Today New York's Checky Beckford there this morning with the details for us. Checky, good morning.
Good morning, Pat. A violent start to this Sunday morning indeed. Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch calling this a terrible shooting. I'm going to step out of the way here so you can see the still very active scene behind me here on Franklin Avenue. We've changed our position since the last time we spoke to you about a half an hour ago. Now, she says that this shooting took place around 3:27 this morning inside 903 Franklin Avenue. It's a nightclub called A Taste of the City. Police found 11 victims inside. 3 of those victims were dead on arrival. 3 of them men, ages 27, 35, and the third person's age, she says, was unknown. In all, there were 8 men and 3 women who were shot. Remaining victims, we're told, were taken to various area hospitals with non-life-threatening injuries, and they're withholding the names of the victims at this point pending family notification. Now, she says that the shooting began due to a dispute inside the crowded nightclub. If you can imagine the scene here, it's Saturday night going into Sunday morning, the club packed with people when those bullets began flying. Police, of course, canvassing the area, looking for surveillance video and any possible witnesses at that early morning hour. 3 shell casings were recovered. No one at this point, though, is in custody, though they did find a gun near Bedford Avenue and Eastern Parkway that they're investigating to see if it is connected to the shooting at this point. Take a listen to the police commissioner and a witness that we heard from earlier.
11 people shot, 3 dead. It's a terrible shooting that occurred in the city of New York. There's no other way to.
Yeah, the victims, we saw them. They were getting their, shirts cut. One of them got put in.
Yo, what was up with her attitude? Did she care or what? That was wasn't that weird? Yo, am I off? Was that weird?
The gurney over here and the other one got put in the gurney that way. It's messy. It's messy.
I'll take my time.
And you can see that officer standing in front of the business, A Taste of the City nightclub. It's a restaurant and nightclub lounge where that shooting happened again around 3:30 this morning. 11 people in all, again, shot. 3 of them died, were pronounced dead at the scene, all 3 men. Now the police commissioner pointing out that this was an anomaly, that shootings this year so far within the first 7 months of this year were at the lowest. So this is not a...
Yo, that's crazy that they would 11 people got shot, right? People, number one, I've been doing these for some reason, I don't know why it keeps happening in 3s, right? This keeps happening in 3s and 5s, right? It's like odd numbers, right? 3 killed, death comes in 3s, right? Now I could go on. That's a little conspiracy. Actually, if you go back and look at a lot of my lives, like I did a whole live on how stuff keeps happening in 3s, right? So I'm not gonna say that's conspiracy because I got the evidence, right? But how can she say that this is actually a one-off is what I'm trying to say. So how can they actually say that this is a one-off when an anomaly? Hold on one second. So how can they actually say that this is an anomaly when I've been reporting on this stuff? Now in Brooklyn, so is this person saying that in Brooklyn this is an anomaly? Like, what is this person actually saying? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So let's see. Let me take a look at the comments. What up? What up, BK? What up, BK Wonder? Now, yo, I'm trying to figure out how can they say that this is an anomaly, right? For you to say that this is an anomaly is political, super political. Now, let me go back to them saying that this is an anomaly.
They're investigating to see if it is connected to the shooting at this point. Take a listen to the police commissioner and a witness that we heard from earlier.
11 people shot, 3 dead. It's a terrible shooting that occurred in the city of New York. There's no other way to.
Yeah, the victims, we saw them. They were getting their, shirts cut. One of them got put in the gurney over here, and the other one got put in the gurney that way. It's messy. It's messy.
I'll take my time.
And you can see that officer standing in front of the business, a taste of the city nightclub. It's a restaurant and nightclub lounge where that shooting happened again around 3:30 this morning. 11 people in all, again, shot. 3 of them died, were pronounced dead at the scene, all 3 men. Now the police commissioner pointing out that this was an anomaly, that shootings this year so far within the first 7 months of this year were at the lowest. So this is not.
Yo, let me rewind. Yo, whoever said this is a real piece of you know what? 3 people died. Why do you want to bring up stats? That's crazy. That's crazy.
All 3 men. Now the police commissioner pointing out that this was an anomaly, that shooting.
So the commissioner.
This year so far within the first 7 months of this year were at the lowest. So this is not a usual thing, but this was very much an anomaly. And as she mentioned, a terrible shooting. Again, they're still looking for the suspects at this point.
Yo, for you to say that this is an anomaly means you don't want to take accountability, but she don't got a choice. She don't got a choice. Like my man said, that's crazy. My man Mike says, crazy situation. Yeah, Mike, that's not an anomaly, man. It was definitely crazy. Shout out to KV Opinions Vlog, Chico Vega. Yeah, that's not an anomaly. So you telling me that a shooting in Brooklyn is an anomaly? I mean, that's basically what this lady is trying to say, right? Now, maybe that part of Brooklyn, that's an anomaly, but I don't know about that, fam. You know what I mean? Now, not judging by like black and white, but I didn't really see any black faces outside that club. So is that why she's saying? Now I'm just asking a question. I don't know. Is that why she said it's an anomaly? So is it an anomaly because I don't see any black faces coming out of that club? Because they're not even interviewing no black people. So I'm guessing that this is a non-black club. Hey, Mike, is that a black area or white area? I don't know if you still on. Oh yeah, you on. Oh, okay. So it is okay, so my man confirmed. So it's a black spot. So it is niggas. So listen, hey Mike. So it was a nigga job. Not laughing at the actual crime, but who did it? So they interview white people. So they interview white people that actually live in that area. I see. So yeah, it looked like. See, I'm not gonna even lie to you. Yeah, I hate to say that too, but yo, it is what it is. So when it comes to this shooting in Brooklyn, New York, it was definitely a nigga job. Now we don't know who pulled the trigger. We don't know if they're actually black or not. Let me see. Okay, so that neighborhood is still the hood. Okay. So I'm in Philly. You know, if you're just tuning in, I'm in Philly. This is my man from New York telling me what's going on up there. So that neighborhood, so that was in the hood right there. You know what I'm saying? I figured it. Now we don't know who actually pulled the trigger, but shooting at a club is usually a nigga job. Now it sparked from an altercation in the club, which that's how it always starts. Now I started this show leading the conversation to say I do not go to clubs. The last time I actually went to clubs back to back is maybe in college, but everybody in there was actually in college. So coming back to Philly, I didn't go to college in Philly. Coming back to Philly, I do not go to clubs because every time we went to a club, they would be shooting in the parking lot. So it was like, nope, clubs over. So I do not go to clubs because of that. Because when you go to a club, you basically sitting in a death trap. When something happens, you can't run out. You might have to grab tables and like people don't know how to act. You know what I'm saying? And it's always the dudes that listen. It's 100% always the dudes that can't pull no girls that want to shoot up the club. They frustrated. Like I even went in a little sports bar on Delaware Avenue, like here in Philly. Not on Delaware Avenue, City Line Avenue. I went to a little sports bar, right? And we in there watching the game, and the chicks is just looking at us. They sitting by themselves. And then I hear these dudes saying, "Yeah, f them dudes over there." So we was like, "Yeah, it's time to go." Yeah, I ain't trying to get no fight watching the Eagles game. Y'all supposed to be watching the Eagles game. The dudes, listen, the dudes in the club. Let me see something. Oh yeah, I'm about to go straight in on y'all. I got something for y'all. So the dudes in the club, right? So let me just put this up. Let me go back to this screen. So the dudes, so my man said that's the reason I don't go out. Yo, 100. Because let me tell you and Mike. Let me tell y'all, right? I go to this spot on City Line Avenue in Philadelphia. We coming from work. So we just chilling, right? Me and my man from work, right? We trying to peep the Eagles game, and really, it's chicks in there. We not really sweating them. We looking like, okay, I see her. You know what I'm saying? As soon as the chicks started looking over at us, the dudes in there started saying, "We heard, yeah, f them over there," something like that. You know what I'm saying? So these this is how the club thing works. Clubs, where just going out, right? The dudes in there be watching the chicks to see who the chicks are checking for. And then when the dudes that the chicks are checking for, the other hater dudes get mad because the girls are just looking at certain dudes. That's how it always works. And them dudes want to come pick a fight with you. You know what I'm saying? And it's always like a group of it's always more than 3 dudes that do that. So if the chick's not looking at they group, they get mad at you. And you don't even approach the chicks yet. That's what made this diabolical. We didn't even crack on or try to talk to the chicks. We just basically exist. So a lot of dudes just be hating because you basically because you just exist. You know what I'm saying? The hate watchers. my man, my man said, look, my man said he said hate watchers, not weight watchers. You stupid. Yo, so my man said when it comes to the clubs, when you just exist and walk in the club or walk in a little lounge, and if it's chicks in there and there's dudes in there, The dudes be hate watchers, not Weight Watchers. Bars. You know what I'm saying? My man, he dropping bars, man. And this my man, he got them beats too. You dropping bars. We should do a song, Hate Watchers, not Weight Watchers. You know what I'm saying? But you walk in the club. This is the reason I don't go in the club. You walk in the club and the dudes be looking at the chicks, look at you, yo, and then get mad at you. That shit always happen. And I see that happening even more now. You know what I'm saying? Because now, like, I can see, like, now, like, the young bucks, they don't even know how to walk up and cold. They don't know how to cold approach chicks. I call it a cold approach, where you just walk up to the chick out of nowhere and start talking to her and get a number. They don't know how to, they don't practice doing that no more because they just in the DMs. You know what I'm saying? So now they hating even more when they leave, go out in public, and the chicks is looking at certain dudes. They probably hating even way more. They can't handle it internally. Like the nerve of that chick looking at him over me. You know what I'm saying? And then they be ready to fight you over that more than ever now. You know what I'm saying? Don't have no rollie on or nothing like that. They definitely gonna set you up. So that's why, yo, I don't like dealing with the public more than ever right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't like dealing with the public more than ever. And if you got kids, you definitely got to be careful out here because they dealing with this. Now, speaking of having kids dealing with stuff, right? So speaking of having kids dealing with stuff, let me find this. Let me find this right here. So speaking of super diabolical stuff, right? I'm gonna put this on the screen. Now, this happened in South Carolina. So 3 Myrtle Beach residents face murder charges in killing Johnsonville teenager Trey Wright. So a group of teenagers. Now it started off with 3, and now it's up to 9 teenagers charged. So it started off with 3. Now they charged 9. Now we just talked about stuff happening in the hood. Now I don't know if these people are from the hood. So listen, when you come to my channel, everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. Everybody commits crime. So don't get mad when you find
County deputies have charged 3 more young people from Myrtle Beach in connection with the murder of Johnsonville teen Trey Wright back in June. Authorities have now charged 18-year-old Hunter Kendall, 17-year-old Sydney Kearns, and 18-year-old Corinne Belviso with murder in connection with the shooting death of Wright. Authorities say that Kendall has.
Now you see them faces? You see them wide people? You see them wide people? You say these Snickers crazy. Listen, on my channel, everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. Pause. That's what you're saying. So on my channel, I'm an equal opportunity, super diabolical smoke giver, right? So everybody gets it. I talk about everybody. Everybody commits crimes. Nobody is safe, right? So these are all teens, right? Who murdered another teen. So is innocent, especially look at the one all the way on the end. She looked, you'd never think that she'd be a murderer. So all 3 of these teens, and it's more than this. So it's more than this, but all 3 of these teens, switch to my circle. So all 3 of these teams right here are involved, and it's actually more. So let's find out what's going on.
has been in jail since last Thursday. Kearns was arrested yesterday and Belviso was arrested today. No information has been released on how deputies say they were involved in Wright's killing. Now, authorities added that on June 24th, Gianna Kistenmacher led Devin Raper to Johnsonville, where they say he shot and killed 16-year-old Wright. Raper faces a murder charge. He's in jail without bond. Kistenmacher is charged as an accessory. She was recently released on bond. Florence County Sheriff T.J. Joy spoke to News 13 today about youth violence and what law enforcement plans to do about it.
Listen, this day and age, we're going to put a stop to this stuff. That's like in schools. Florence County, we're not tolerating. Bottom line. You better keep your kids at home. You better raise them as parents. I'm not tolerating it. I've said that all along.
Yo, listen. My man said, I'm not going to be tolerating it. I'm not going to try to better leave your kids at home. New sheriff in town. Woo-hoo-hee-hoo. Listen, he's not playing with y'all. He locked in. Listen, the biggest takeaway that this dude said right here, he said, you better leave your kids at home. This is not just happening. This is definitely happening in Philly and in a lot of other different places. I see it in Indiana. Y'all do not have control of your kids. So I'm going to rewind this a little bit. There's a new sheriff in town. He told you, I am not playing with y'all. He said, I'm locking white is up. I'm locking black is up. I'm locking Mexicans up. Indians. You all could get it because there's a new sheriff in town. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
You better keep your kids at home. You better raise them as parents. I'm not.
Look.
Bottom line.
He ain't bullshit.
You better keep your kids at home. You better raise them as parents. I'm not tolerating it. I've said that all along. Just got a call a little while ago about 6 fighting at a certain school, and we're going to lock them up.
And you can read much more about this case.
That's like in schools.
About youth violence and what law enforcement plans to do about it.
Listen, this day and age, we're going to put a stop to this stuff. That's like in schools. Florence County, we're not tolerating. Bottom line. You better keep your kids at home. You better raise them as parents. I'm not tolerating it. I've said that all along. Just got a call a little while ago about 6 fighting at a certain school, and we're going to lock them up.
And you can read much more about this case right now in this story on our website, WBTW.
We're going to lock them up. Woo-hoo! He said, we're going to lock them up. Now, hold tight. Clark. Let me see what the people are talking about. Hey, Post, I like your sheriff voice. You should play in a Western. Yeah, Billy Bob, Joe Bob, Earl. We gonna lock them up. This guy's making crimes with that name. Yeah. It says, how is this guy making crimes with that name? I don't know, man. He said he's going to lock him up. See what Steve said. What's with this chick small ass face? What you talking about? You talking about the he said that a while ago. Oh yeah, I like Steve, you know, he drew that. So you talking about my man's profile picture right here. Hold up. So listen, if you need art, see this right here. My man did this artwork. So go to kvartcollection.2. Hit Go Vega right there. He did his art on his profile. That is hot. And then check out, make sure you like, share, subscribe, It's KV Opinions Vlog. It's all of that. If you want to see how Philly really is, go to his vlog. 100. So if you want to see how Philly really is, go to KV Opinions Vlog. You will really see how Philly really is. From top to bottom. Art, crime, everything. You know what I mean? Music, all of that. So listen, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Let's go. We gonna stay in South Carolina for a couple seconds. So we staying in South Carolina with good old Sheriff Joe Bob saying he gonna lock your kids up. So we gonna hold that South Carolina energy real quick. Now that was a little earlier, right? I'm guessing that's when it first happened. Now this is in that same case. They found out more information. So now they're charging 9 people. Now, this is the guy on the screen right here. This is the young man that got murdered right here. So they're charging 9 people with this. And let's find out why they're charging 9 people. So they're charging 9 people with the murder of this young man. So let's see.
Into the murder of 16-year-old Trey Wright. The Florence County Sheriff's Office said it's arrested 9 people so far.
Damn.
2 posted bond earlier this afternoon. News 13 Shelby Martin is live in the newsroom. And Shelby, what can you tell us about these arrests?
Well, Edward, behind bars and without bond, Devin Raper was the first arrested for the murder of 16-year-old Trey Wright after he was accused of shooting and killing the teen. On Tuesday, police charged 17-year-old Sydney Kearns, 18-year-old Hunter Kendall, and 18-year-old Corinne Belviso with murder. Belviso and Kearns posted bond today. Gianna Kistenmacher, Trey's girlfriend, was the second person arrested. She's accused of leading Raper to Wright the night he died. The former cheerleader was released to home detention and cannot use the internet. We're told Belviso was also a member of Kisten.
Yo, his girlfriend lined him? Damn. Hold up, yo. Let me process this, yo. So I think they're saying my man's girlfriend just lined him up. Let's go back. Let's take this one slow. Right? That's what he said to her. You know what I'm saying? Let's take this one slow.
Bond earlier this afternoon. News 13 Shelby Martin is live in the newsroom. And Shelby, what can you tell us about these arrests?
Well, Edward, behind bars and without bond, Devin Raper was the first arrested for the murder of 16-year-old Trey Wright after he was accused of shooting and killing the teen. On Tuesday, police charged 17-year-old Sydney Kearns, 18-year-old Hunter Kendall, and 18-year-old Corinne Belviso with murder. Belviso and Kearns posted bond today. Gianna Kistenmacher, Trey's girlfriend, was the second person arrested. She's accused of leading Raper to Wright the night he died. The former cheerleader was released to home.
So she led him to Wright, because Trey Wright is the victim. So his girl lined him. Damn, yo. Super diabolical. When your girlfriend, your teen girlfriend lined you up. So listen, when you in high school and middle school, yo, you really gotta check on your kid to find out what they got going on, because you may not even know about all of this getting lined up stuff yet. You just is new to you. You know what I'm saying? Your brain hasn't developed yet. You still a kid. This may be your first or second girlfriend. You don't know that this chick is lining you up for the dude that don't like you to get shot. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? These are all teens. But his girlfriend lined him. His girlfriend lined him like a new shape up. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is the girlfriend on the screen right here. So she's not the shooter, but she lined her boyfriend up like a new shape up with a 1-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying? The first time lineup was the last. So this chick right here lined her boyfriend up like a new shape up on a 1-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying? Bars. And yeah, that's crazy. That's his last name. His last name is Raper. That's crazy. He was destined to go to hell, right? He ordained to go to hell with that last name. But yo, the chick right here, she lined him. And he probably, this like a little, he's 16 years old. This probably his first girlfriend. She lined his ass up. Now I wonder what's the motive behind it. Yeah, she lined him. Yeah, she lined my man up like a new shape up.
She's accused of leading Raper to Wright the night he died.
Damn.
The former cheerleader was released to home detention and cannot use the internet. We're told Belviso was also a member of Kristen Macher's cheerleading team. A close friend of Trey's told News 13 Belviso, Cairns, and Kendall were bystanders to the murder. Major Mike Nunn with the Florence County Sheriff's Office said the 9 people arrested in connection with Trey's death are all between the ages of 17 and 19 years old.
They were complicit in bringing the armed co-defendant Raper to the incident location, knowing that there would be a confrontation, and they knew that Raper had presented a firearm to the victim and made threats to shoot him, according to the arrest warrants.
Nunn said one more.
Damn, everybody lined him. Yo, basically what my man is saying is everybody lined him.
To the victim and made threats to shoot him, according to the arrest warrants.
Nunn said one more person is expected to turn themselves in within the next few days. Now, according to officials, the decision to charge most of those defendants with murder was not taken lightly.
So the decision was made, again, with investigators in consultation with the solicitor's office, to charge each of them with murder, the hand of one being the hand of all, as part of South Carolina law as well. So that's the basis of the charge for each of those individuals.
Nunn told News 13 there is video evidence from the night of Trey's murder. Now, we've asked for the video, but we were not able to get it. Raper's next court appearance is set for August 19th. Live in the newsroom, Shelby Martin, News 13.
Damn,
we are following the ongoing investigation into the murder.
See one thing though.
To charge each of the investigators in consultation with the solicitor, decision was made.
Taken lightly.
So the decision was made, again, with investigators in consultation with the solicitor's office, to charge each of them with murder, the hand of one being the hand of all, as part of South Carolina law as well. So that's the basis of the charge for each of those individuals.
Damn, the hand of one. Yo, so listen to what this sheriff said. He said the hand of one is the hand of all. So yo, if you see, like, basically, if you seen it, listen. So let me put this sheriff back up on the screen. Damn, that's some important stuff, yo. Hold up. So yeah. So Mike Nunn, good old Mike Nunn right there, right? He said the hand of one is the hand of all. So if you with somebody that shoots somebody, if you don't turn them in, your ass is getting charged. So I repeat that again. In South Carolina, if you don't snitch, they're gonna charge you. That's crazy. So if you a kid or you a grown ass man in South Carolina, you gotta really watch who you hang out with, because good old Mike Nunn, the sheriff down there in South Carolina, he told you the hand of one is the hand of all. Woohoo! We gonna lock them all up. So listen to what my man said. The hand of one is the hand of all. If you witness a crime in South Carolina, ain't no we not snitching. They gonna charge you. They gonna charge you like my man said. Like my man said right there, guilty by association. Guilty by association. So long story short, guilty by association. The hand of one is the hand of all. So your ass is going to jail, yo. If you there. Long story short, if you just there, your ass is going to jail. So you better give a good answer when they say what happened. But they all told this dude where he was gonna be at. Is what's crazy. Now I wonder, did he do something to the girl? What happened? But it don't even matter. It's too late now. You know what I mean? I wonder, did the boyfriend hit the girl? What was the motive? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the motive? Why did my man want to kill him? Was it jealousy? Was he with the girl he wanted to be with? Obviously that was the motive. That's part of the reason. I'm not gonna say that's the motive, but that's what put the battery in his back. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna hit you with. I want to hit you shit like I'm gonna hit you with the shit like my my man Nino Brown say. Check this shit out. Yeah, now I'm gonna put this back up on the screen. When it comes to dude named Graper, I don't want to say that R word. He definitely gonna be zestfully clean. So the dude, the other team that killed the other team, is about to be. You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean. So he definitely about to be zestfully clean. But now, let's shoot over to Utah, right? Let's shoot over Utah, and I ain't talking about the Jazz, right? So let's shoot over to Utah, and I ain't talking about the Jazz. So Utah shooting, officer killed. Crazy. So you think it's just in the hood. It ain't just the hood. The national news, they want you to think it's just all this stuff is just in the hood. Now the hood is diabolical. You know what I'm saying? We're not saying the hood ain't, but these last two cases ain't really the hood. Now it might be the white hood, I don't know, but they ain't really the hood. So let's see.
Reyes. I'm the Chief of Police with Brigham City Police Department, and I'm here on behalf of Chief Dustin Cordova and Sheriff Kevin Potter. They've asked me to give the media an update because they need to spend some time with their departments, as I'm sure you can understand. On August 17th at 21:02 hours, so 9:02 p.m., the Box Elder Communications Center received multiple 911 hangups from an address near 700 North, 200 East in Tremont, Utah. An officer from the Tremont and Garland Police Department responded and began speaking with an occupant of the home who was reporting an apparent domestic disturbance, at which time a male emerged from the residence with a firearm. The male opened fire on the officer, striking and killing the officer. A second officer with Tremont and Garland Police Department responded to assist the first and was immediately fired upon by the same male suspect. The second officer was also struck.
Yo, why are y'all crashing out over women? Y'all, this is second case today, right? Y'all crashing out, killing people over a girl. Y'all going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Is that is it that good, bro? You know what I'm saying? Is that pie that good? She must got some good apple pie for y'all to be shooting over it.
From the residence with a firearm. The male opened fire on the officer, striking and killing the officer. A second officer with Tremont and Garland Police Department responded to assist the first and was immediately fired upon by the same male suspect. The second officer was also struck and killed by the suspect's gunfire. A third officer deputy from the Box Elder County Sheriff's Office had also been dispatched to assist, and as they arrived in the area, the suspect fired several rounds into the deputy's vehicle, striking the deputy and the deputy's police service dog. After being hit by gunfire, the deputy and police service dog remained in their vehicle and were subsequently evacuated to an area hospital and specialty veterinary clinic where they received medical treatment. Both are recovering and in fair condition now. After firing upon these officers and police service dog, the suspect was convinced to put down his weapon by bystanders, and he was immediately taken into custody by additional responding officers. Due to the level of violence and lack of information precipitating this incident, SWAT teams responded to clear the home and verify no continued threat remained. The suspect was booked into the Box Elder County Jail on charges of aggravated murder. Weber County Attorney's Office is coordinating the ongoing homicide investigation. Tragedies like these rock the entire community, state, and even nation.
Let me fast forward a little bit. I'm gonna show what my man looked like. You notice how they hesitant to show what the hell my man looked like.
Is the entire county.
See, they don't want to show what he looked like. So I'm gonna put this up on the screen. Said it's a lot of weirdo. Yo, when y'all type these, try not to curse. It's a lot of weirdo. Sugar honey iced tea. Also, crimes happen in white areas and rural areas. Burbs, we just don't hear about it like we do when it pops off in the hood. Yo, Steve, try not to curse on here. Steve just be dropping curse words. See, my man said, "Yeah, I'm not in this case. I'm not rocking with the yeah. Steve be dropping curses. He be dropping cursive like writing. Steve be dropping the cursor. Potty mouth Steve. Steve, the children are watching. The children, save the children. But listen, in this case right here, I'm not rocking with the fact they didn't want to show his face. My man just murdered a cop, and they won't show his face. That's crazy. Now that's in Utah. So my man murdered a whole cop, and they won't show his face. Now, this dude that did this, they gonna show his face. Suspect in fatal 2020 Waffle House shooting near Ohio sentenced to 23 years. Now you know they're gonna show his face. So let's see what happened here. Now they just sentenced this dude. Now you can't go to the Waffle House. So what's the theme today? The theme today is you can't go to the club and you can't go to the Waffle House. Because they shooting up the club and they shooting up the Waffle House. So the theme is stay your ass home. That's the theme.
Near the OSU campus last April changed his plea.
Columbus police say many people started fighting outside that Waffle House around 2:30 a.m. last April. Court records say Jaquan Curry took out a gun and shot and killed Ronald Diggs.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Jaquan Curry. What race is he? Let's play Name That Race. Hey, Kid and Steve. What race is he? Jaquan Curry. Drop drop a comment. Hey, drop a comment. What race is this dude right here? Jaquan Curry shooting up the Waffle House. What is he?
10 TV's Lacey Crisp has been following this story since it happened and was the only reporter in the courtroom today. She joins us now live from downtown Columbus. Lacey?
Well, Jaquan Curry was 19 at the time. He's 21 now. And today in court, he did not apologize to the judge or to the victim's family, but he did take responsibility.
So, Jaquan Curry shooting up the Waffle House. Let's play guess his race. We know it's a dude. Let's play guess the race. The race. So repeat that again. If you're tuning in, right? Let's play a little trivia. Jaquan Curry. They're going to reveal now. Jaquan Curry shot up an Ohio Waffle House. Let's guess his race.
Responsibility. The courtroom gallery was full of Jaquan Curry's friends and family as he admitted he
Negro. Today's race. Yo, remember Pee Wee Herman? Oh man, yo. What you gonna say? He's Scandinavian. Yeah, right. He's Negro. You ever watch? What are you saying? Snickers. What are you saying? I don't know what that means. Yo, you ever watch Trading Places with Eddie Murphy? And he say you wouldn't give our company to those Negroes, would you? He's a Negro. He put an extra like, he's a Negro. So Jaquan, bro, you messing up the waffles in the syrup, bruh. In the pudding pop and syrup. Scooby Dooby Doo, my brother.
shot and killed 38-year-old Ronald Diggs in April of 2024 outside the Waffle House. Prosecutors explained to the judge the whole incident was caught on surveillance video.
When Mr. Curry runs up and punches
to the judge, the whole incident was caught on.
This is what I'm talking
Waffle
about.
House.
So, this is what I'm talking about, right? This is the dude that got killed, right? Now, I'm going to pause this before I say this, right? This dude is not a bad-looking brother, right? So, remember what I said about going to the club. You go somewhere and the dudes are watching the other chicks look at you. Because you might be an already looking dude. You might be an already looking brother. You know what I'm saying? The chick's checking you out, whatever, right? The other dudes don't like that. So the brother right here, I could see that this dude probably is out chilling. You know what I'm saying? Chilling like a villain. And
in April,
I'm gonna show you this dude. And this dude right here is start causing problems, either saying hater shit, looking at him. Now we don't know if this is the real case, you mad because the chicks looking at me, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna be totally honest with you. If I catch dudes hating on me, you know what I'm saying? You're not taking me out first. You're not. You're not. It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But it make you not even want to. It make you not even want to go out. It makes you not actually want to go out because you know that dudes are going to be hating just because you exist. So I repeat that again. A lot of times when you just go out anywhere, a lot of dudes hate because you just exist. You don't try to talk to their chicks. You don't try to do nothing. You just be there, and a chick look at you for 2 seconds, and the room full of dudes is hating on you because a chick looking at you for 2 seconds. It's a thing, I'm telling you. Even at the Waffle House.
As he admitted he shot and killed 38-year-old Ronald Diggs in April of 2024 outside the Waffle House. Prosecutors explained to the judge the whole incident was caught on surveillance video.
When Mr. Curry runs up and punches Mr. Johnson, knocking him out completely. Ronald Diggs, who was a friend of Christopher Johnson and had arrived with him, approached Mr. Curry to defend Mr. Johnson. Mr. Curry then pulled a pistol from his waistband and shot Mr. Diggs one time in the chest.
Last year, after the shooting, Diggs' friends spoke with 10 TV about Diggs' passion for dancing and LGBTQ events.
Truly just a beacon of hope and light, and one of the kindest people you would meet and could just.
Yo, what I said just went out the window with this case. I didn't know that, yo. What I said just went out the window in this case. Hey, yo, you want to talk about pause? Super, what you say? Yo, what are you? I don't know what you trying. Yo, Kid Kovac, I don't know what you saying. You keep talking about Snickers. What are you saying? I don't know what you're trying to say. I don't know what you're saying, bro. You gotta type English, yo. I don't know what the hell you trying to say. Street Fighter, God, I don't know what you saying, bro. You gotta type regular English, bro.
Just light up a room no matter where he was at.
In court, the prosecutors explained how Curry tried to hide evidence and run away from officers after they spotted him at an apartment complex after the shooting.
The SWAT officers observed a resident of the apartment throwing trash in a community dumpster. Inside the dumpster was the shirt and bloody jeans worn by Mr. Curry during the shooting. Inside the white Nissan, detectives found blood on the seat where Mr. Curry was seated and evidence of a haircut.
It took 4 months for the U.S. Marshals to track Curry down and take him into custody. It wasn't the first time Curry had been arrested. As a teen, he was charged with obstructing official business, faced charges for stealing a car, and weapons charges.
We are here today because of a tragedy.
When they got the rap sheet like that, weapons charges, all these charges, you know it's a matter of time before they about to do something and be in jail for life.
And at the root of that tragedy is Jaquan. I know that Jaquan feels absolutely terrible about taking Mr. Diggs's life. He has been remorseful since day one when he apologized.
Yo, I ain't even trying to listen to that. It's over. You kill somebody, it's over. Now you can apologize. Let me see what my man said. They started fighting, then he pulled a gun. Yeah, they was fighting. He pulled a gun, but that was some gay stuff going on. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if you. I don't want to rewind that one, but I didn't know that when I chose this one, but it was, you know what I'm saying? There's a little bit of sweet stuff going on. A little bit of sweet chuckle. So I don't know what happened with that case. It's probably the exact opposite of what I was trying to say when you go out to the club and the chick's looking at you. That was some zesty bestie type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Zesty bestie but you can't go nowhere. You can't go to the Waffle House. Now, I should have put this one up. Now, this is in Ohio, right? This goes back to the you need to leave your kids. You need to either be with your kids or know where your kids is at or keep your damn badass kids in the house. So I'm going to go back to this one. So this is about a Chick-fil-A in Ohio. So let's see what's going on at Chick-fil-A. Filet a chick. Let's see what's going on in Ohio at this Chick-fil-A.
Morning, a Chick-fil-A in Ohio is going viral and facing a lot of backlash over a new policy for teenage customers. The restaurant posted this new policy to its Facebook page, writing that guests under 17 must be accompanied by someone 21 years old or older to dine in at their restaurant. Saying teens without a chaperone may be asked to leave at that one specific location.
Interesting.
Isn't that tough? That's just ruffling feathers, shall we
Yeah, because
say.
you know that 16-year-old who just got the license, or like,
it's going viral and facing a lot of.
Yo, so I'm going to play this again for y'all, right? Do you agree with this? I kind of agree with this, yo. That if you're not 21, like, yo, have an adult with you when you come in these places. I kind of agree with this. But are you messing up your money when you actually do this? So, okay, so that's crazy because 21-year-old means that you just is being, yeah, but bro, like the teens, like when they get out of school, they doing flash mobs and all type of stuff, and you can't remember. So check out what Steve said. Now I posed the question about that, right? Now I'm gonna go back and watch it again, and then I want to answer Steve's question. I'm gonna respond to it, but I'm gonna leave Steve's question on the screen because I want to respond to it.
Chick-fil-A in Ohio is going viral and facing a lot of backlash over a new policy for teenage customers. The restaurant posted this new policy to its Facebook page, writing that guests under 17 must be accompanied by someone 21 years old or older to dine in at their restaurant. Saying teens without a chaperone may be asked to leave at that one specific location.
interesting.
Isn't that tough? That's just ruffling feathers, shall we
Yeah, because
say.
you know that 16-year-old who just got the license, or like, guys, get in the car, let's go to Chick-fil-A.
You're usually so nice there. Now they're
I
like,
know.
get out.
Yeah. Maybe they've had issues there. I don't know.
Right. I bet you that they've had some issues. It's at the one location.
that's
Here we are. I'm like defending.
Well, and apparently it is the policy for the whole strip mall in which they're located. So maybe there is a backstory with issues. But I mean, a lot of folks are pretty upset, saying don't stick us all into the same category.
There's plenty of places to eat.
That's just true.
And usually another Chick-fil-A. Just
There we go. All right. Time.
They so stupid.
And this morning,
These people going in. Listen, the white kids, the black kids, they going in shooting up everything. But listen, I am going to answer Steve's question, right? So Steve Clark, right? My man Steve. So you said that's crazy because 21-year-olds be as bad as teens. That is true. So a couple things could be true at the same time, right? That is true, especially in Philly. So, and what Steve said is definitely true in Philly, 100. But this is the thing, right? At 21 years old, you can be charged for these crimes. At 16 years old, these kids are coming in, pistol whipping people, smacking the managers and throwing stuff, doing all type of stuff, and then they don't get charged for it because they're minors. At 18 to 21, they should have made it 18. At 8, but like 21 is wild, but they should have just made it 18. But between 18 and 21, you could get, if you go into Chick-fil-A and go behind the counter and smack the whole staff up, you're going to be charged as an adult. So I would meet this sentiment halfway and do 18. So, like I said, when it comes to this Chick-fil-A in Ohio, this particular Chick-fil-A is saying that they don't want teens in there at all. They want you to be 20 years old, either be 21 years old or bring a parent with you. But I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm a kid, by the time I do all of that, I'll just, you'll have your mom take you through the McDonald's drive-through before you do all of that. We don't have to eat in Chick-fil-A. Now, mind you, this is just eating in Chick-fil-A. If they're going to do this, then just do a window, but they might be fighting outside the window outside too. So it's like I would say 18 years old. But now what Steve said is people 21 years old just as bad as teens, but they can be charged for the crime. That's what I'm gonna say. They can be charged for the crime. So that's what I'm gonna say, y'all. Hey, Steve, are you still on? Let me see if Steve is still here. Probably stepped away for a minute. But listen, I'm gonna meet this halfway. So Steve, we about to talk about your favorite subject, right? We about to go into your favorite subject. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but I do want to see. I want to see this meeting that Trump had with Zelensky. I don't want to watch the whole thing, but I'm gonna play a little bit of it. So let's see what let's see what your favorite Steve. Let's see what your favorite person has to say.
Of Finland, and he's somebody that, where are we here? Huh? We're I'm right here. Oh, you look better than I've ever seen you look. But you've done a great job, and we wanted to have you here because you're somebody that we all respect, and you've had a lot to do with the success, I think, and the potential success. And thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it. And the president of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, who is somebody that we just made a big deal with all of those countries. I don't know. I think you might be more powerful than all these guys at this table. I don't know. But we had a great negotiation, and you're respected all over the world. So I want to thank you very much for being here. It's a great honor to have you. The Alaska summit reinforced my belief that while difficult, peace is within reach, and I believe that in a very significant step, President Putin agreed that Russia would accept security guarantees for Ukraine, and this is one of the key points that we need to consider, and we're going to be considering that at the table also, like who will do what, essentially. I'm optimistic that collectively we can reach an agreement that would deter any future aggression against Ukraine, and I actually think there won't be. I think that's even overrated, largely overrated, but we're going to find out. And I think that the European nations are going to take a lot of the burden. We're going to help them, and we're going to make it very secure. We also need to discuss the possible exchanges of territory, taking into consideration the current line of contact. That means the war zone, the war lines that are pretty obvious, very sad, actually, to look at them. And negotiating positions. President Putin, also, you have President of Ukraine, who is, you just met a little while ago, and we're going to try and get a three-party meeting, maybe as soon as we can. And I have a feeling you and President Putin are going to work something out. Ultimately, this is a decision that can only be made by President Zelensky and by the people of Ukraine working also together in agreement with President Putin. And I just think that's very good things are going to come of it. So I hope we have a good meeting. And if we can have a good meeting, I'll set up a meeting with President Putin. And if you'd like, I'll go to that meeting. And not that I want to do that, but I will do that because we want to save a lot of people from dying. A lot of people are dying, and we got to save them. We got to save it. 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people sometimes a week. All of us would obviously prefer an immediate ceasefire while we work on a lasting peace.
Yo, I'm gonna say this, right? This is not going to be popular, right? At this point, I think that at this point, right? I think that Ukraine needs to come up off some of that land. I'm gonna say that now. That's not a popular opinion, but I think they need to give up to a certain extent before they just get completely wiped out. They need to like just say, all right, you can have it, just take this land. I think Zelensky, right, should have been like, yo, Putin, what do you want? Right? I don't want no more people to die. You got more weapons than us and all of that. What do you actually want? What land do you want? And just give him the little bit of land he wants, like try to negotiate that joint. That's what I think is about to happen now. Trump is going to be like, yo, if you don't come up off this dude's going to try to wipe you out. So you might as well just negotiate some of that land. They want this land. They want this land. You don't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. So you might have to come up off some of that land. The fact that Ukraine doesn't want to, now I'm not saying what's right or wrong. We know that just taking people's land is wrong, right? But that land was once Russia's, so that's a position they're always going to hold. Like, this is our land anyway. You know what I'm saying? So if this was our land anyway, at least negotiate and give us back a piece of the land that was ours, once ours anyway. So that's to me, that's like my Ukraine Russian perspective. But I think this dude is going. I think Trump is going to try to bring them together. I think a lot of this is cap. And I think Putin is just waiting until we have another president. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is just 3-year cap to me. You know what I mean?
And maybe something like that could happen. As of this moment, it's not happening, but President Zelensky and President Putin can talk a little bit more about that. You know, in the 6 or so wars that we stopped, we haven't had a ceasefire. And so I don't know that it's necessary. You can do it through the war, but it would be, I like the ceasefire from another standpoint. You immediately stop the killing. But I believe a peace agreement at the end of all of this is something that's very attainable, and it can be done in the near future. With all of the wars that I got involved in, we only have this one left. Of course, as I walk out the door, there'll probably be a new one starting, and I'll get that stopped too. But I thought this was going to be one of the easier ones. It's actually one of the most difficult. They're very complex.
Yo, this dude is a narcissistic one-upper. To beat him, you have to be another narcissistic one-upper, though. The Democratic Party doesn't have a narcissistic one-upper. That's why they lost. You know what I'm saying? That's why they lost. Now, traditionally, that was with the Democratic Party, but not this time. You know what I mean? That's why I'm an independent voter, but yo, you need another narcissistic one-upper. The Democratic Party doesn't have one. Because this dude literally just said, if another war starts, I'll have to stop that one too. Like, this dude is like super narcissistic, which I don't find nothing wrong with. You know what I'm saying? So repeat that again. I don't find nothing wrong with being narcissistic, especially when you the leader of the free world. You know what I mean? But you gotta find, it gotta be somebody else. Because this dude right here is closing deals because he is the way he is. That's long story short. This dude is, whether you like this dude or not, he's closing deals.
Next step would be for a trilateral meeting, and that will be worked out. And I just look forward to working and having a great result. We're going to spend a lot of time today talking about, and we're really honored you guys came over. I mean, these are the heads of major countries and respected all over Europe. And they speak for, largely, I think I should say, but pretty much for the other countries.
These are the heads of major countries. Pause, Donald, pause.
Of Europe. And we will come to a resolution today, I think, on almost everything, including probably the security. And that's pretty much the story. I'd like to say, Mr. President, would you like to say something? You have the media. If you want, you could come over and you could stand, you could use mine, or you could just turn around, whichever you feel comfortable with.
Thank you so much. I can speak without microphone. Thank you so much. I think that we had very good conversation with President Trump.
Very good.
And it really was the best one. Maybe the best one will be in the future. But it was really good. And we spoke about very sensitive points. The first one is security guarantees. And we are very happy with President that all the leaders are here, and the security in Ukraine depends on the United States and on you and on those leaders who are with us in our hearts. They have been online before yesterday, and etc. So a lot of countries on the side of Ukraine, our people, and all of us want to finish this war, stop Russia and stop this war. We spoke about it, and we will speak more about security guarantees. This is very important that the United States gives such strong signal and is ready for security guarantees. The second point, or maybe the first, humanitarian direction, very important to exchange all the prisoners, and I think that President will help. And I was very thankful to your wife again, Mr. President, for the letter about our abducted children, and I hope that really it can be a historic role for the people to bring kids back to the families and be happy and
Get the people back, yeah.
Yes, this is so important, and I'm happy that we discussed it, this track with the President Trump, and I hope that we will find decisions. And then what is very important, that all the sensitive things, territorial, etc., we will discuss on the level of leaders during trilateral meeting, and President Trump will try to organize such meeting, and he said that he will come or not come. Ukraine will be happy if you will
both want me
participate.
there, I will be there.
Yeah, thank you. And I think this is very important. Yes, so security guarantees, bringing kids back, and all our people, not only warriors, first of all, warriors, and all the civilians, journalists, a lot of people in prison. So we need them back. And guarantees which will work for the years. We spoke about it, and I showed the President a lot of details on the battlefield, on the map. Thank you so much. Thank you for the map, by the way. It was great. I'm thinking how to take it back.
We'll get you.
No. I think that we had constructive, specific meeting, and I'm very thankful to all the leaders who are here, and you help a lot, and so we're happy that we have such big unity today. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much,
for hosting us.
Mr.
Thank you.
President. I think you'll see that President Putin really would like to do something else. I think when we set that up, when we do, I think it's going to be when, not if. I think you're going to see some really positive moves. I know there's over 1,000 prisoners, and I know they're going to release them. Maybe they're going to release them very soon, like immediately, which I think is great. But we're going to set that up today after this meeting. So very good and great remarks. I appreciate it. Mark, as head of NATO, maybe you could say a few words, please.
Yes, I will be very brief. I really want to thank you, President of the United States, dear Donald, for the fact that you, as I said before, broke the deadlock, basically with President Putin by starting that dialogue. And I think it was in February that you had the first phone call. And from there, we are now where we are today. And that is, I think, if we play this well, we could end this. And we have to end this. We have to stop the killing. We have to stop the destruction of Ukraine's infrastructure. It is a terrible war. So I'm really excited. And let's make the best out of today and make sure that from today onwards, we get this thing to an end as soon as possible. I really want to thank you for your leadership, what you are doing for Lodemir, but of course also all the European colleagues. It is really crucial. And the fact that you have said, I'm willing to participate in the security guarantees is a big step. It's really a breakthrough, and it makes all the difference. So also thank you for that.
Well, NATO also has agreed from 2% to 5%, which is something that is a massive amount of money. And it's 2% that wasn't always paid to 5% that is paid. That's a big difference. And so we appreciate that. That was a great move. Thank you very much. Ursula, maybe on behalf of the Commission, you could say a couple of words.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a very important moment. Indeed, we are here, Europeans, as friends and allies. We had a fantastic NATO summit. Bring to the families.
The next meeting on. I can't imagine that the next meeting would take place without a ceasefire. So let's work on that and let's try to
sign.
So we're gonna see what happens, right? A lot of diplomacy. We'll see what actually happens. To me, Ukraine needs to come up off some of that land because this dude is not going to stop. But I do think that Putin underestimated Ukraine by far. You know what I'm saying? Super, because the way that we thought Russia was, and they still haven't taken over Ukraine yet. It's just like, damn, I should have never started this war in the first place. We don't even fully, we just killed people. We didn't even take it over. So a lot of people getting killed. I want to see what's going to happen in the long run. Let me get some water. So Putin should have made some type of negotiation. To me, I think Putin just doesn't like Zelensky as a person. It's like, let's just be frank. From the beginning, I think Putin just thinks Zelensky is a bitch. Like, I'ma just be honest with you, right? A lot of times, sometimes you just don't like people, right? If Putin liked Zelensky, he would have never went in Ukraine. I think Putin just doesn't like Zelensky. They knew that the land was theirs in the past, and he doesn't respect Zelensky. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can look people in the eye and you just don't respect them. I think from the beginning, Putin just sees Zelensky. It don't have nothing to do about nothing else but Putin and Zelensky. It's a damn shame that two people can destroy the world by themselves. So I'll repeat that again. Two people can actually destroy the world or destroy half of the world or a piece of it by themselves. I think Putin just doesn't like Zelensky. And he said, you know what? I'm going in there to take what's mine. I don't like this dude anyway. I really think that war is probably that simple. You got a lot of resources like the grain. Of course, Russia wants those crops, those grain crops, because Ukraine produces a lot of grains for the rest of the world. So of course you want those crops and stuff like that, and you want access to that sea that Ukraine sits off of. That's another thing, but I think Putin just doesn't like Zelensky himself. And I think Trump is just tolerating Zelensky because he has to. You know what I'm saying? Because JD and Trump definitely, they definitely didn't like Zelensky in that first meeting, right? Time has passed and stuff like that. But nobody wants to see fighting. You got the Olympics. Think about the money. This war between Ukraine is just messing up the money for the Olympics, and it's just messing up the money. So I think Putin is thinking about, and then you lost millions of soldiers. So Let me look that up. Let's see how many soldiers that Russia lost. How many soldiers? Let me see. So how many soldiers did? You know what? Let's see how smart this phone is. How many soldiers did Russia lose in the Ukraine-Russian war?
Do you want me to use ChatGPT?
See how smart all this stuff is.
As of August 18th, 2025, estimates of Russian military casualties in the Ukraine conflict vary. Ukrainian officials report nearly 1 million Russian casualties, including over 250,000 deaths since February 2022. The UK Ministry of Defense concurs, citing over.
So 1 million. See, I already knew it. I just wanted to confirm. So 1 million Ukrainian deaths. So listen, 1 million Russian deaths, not Ukrainian, right? So let that sink in real fast. 1 million Russian deaths. The top 3 superpowers in the world are the United States, China, and Russia, right? So you're in the top 3, maybe the top 2. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put nobody over the United States, but you're in the top 3 most powerful nations in the United States, and you lost over 1 million soldiers in the war, and you still haven't taken over that country. You're not going to tell me that Vladimir Putin is not thinking about blood on his hands. That's 1 million. Listen, 1 million soldiers is blood on your hands. So I'm repeat that again. For Putin, 1 million soldiers is blood on your hands. You're not going to tell me that he can go, he can go to sleep at night, fresh off the vodka, and go to sleep at. So listen, check this out. You're not going to tell me that Vladimir Putin. Let me put this on this screen. So listen, you're not going to tell me that Vladimir Putin can go to sleep at night, fresh off the vodka, knowing that he was a top 3 world superpower, and you sent in soldiers to take over Ukraine, and you lost 1 million soldiers. 1 million soldiers. Russia lost 1 million soldiers. So you're not going to tell me that, like I said, you're a top 3 superpower. The 3 superpowers are United States, China, Russia. So you're in the top 3 superpowers of the world, and you lost 1 million soldiers trying to take over a small country for some grains. So you're not going to tell me Vladimir Putin can sleep at night. So I think dude is probably ready to end the war. He doesn't want to admit it, but he's just like, yo, let me go over to Alaska, talk to Trump, and end this war. Y'all lost 1 million people, and I don't got McDonald's no more in Moscow. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got what was his name? What was the dude? Was it Gorbachev? Who brought McDonald's to Moscow? Was it Mikhail Gorbachev? Yo, that was a good time for Russia. They had McDonald's, Coca-Cola. You could travel back and forth between the United States and Russia. Like you got to bring that back, Putin. You know what I mean? You lost 1 million soldiers, bro. 1 million. But listen, we don't want to lose no soldiers out here. Make sure y'all stay safe out here, right? Number 1, this live that I did, it's different stories. It don't matter. It don't matter what race you are, right? I'm fortunate enough to be from Philly, and I got friends of all races commenting, leaving comments right in my chat now. People that I know in real life, people I grew up with that are of all races in Philadelphia, right? All races. I grew up with all race different. Listen, when you grow up in Philly, yo, you around everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't understand Dr. Umar. Because you know damn well we grew up around all races in Philly. I don't know where that sentiment comes from, but that's a whole nother talk show talking about Umar, right? But all of this crime happens every race, yo. Everybody you could think of, I've reported on, and especially like this whole month in a month span, every single gender, race, everybody that exists is committing crimes, yo. Every single person, male, female, transgender, white, black, Indian, everybody goes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody goes on hoodactionnews.com. If you do crime, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna spend the time clowning you over here. You know what I mean? Now, it's a couple things in the news I wanted to talk about, but it hasn't been confirmed yet, so I don't really want to talk about it. Now, you notice I don't really talk about a lot of celebrity news over here because it's so many crazy things happening out of here, like right in your backyard. You in the neighborhood I'm from, they've been robbing Brinks trucks, all type of stuff is going on, robbing people at gas stations. So I know if there's stuff going on where you're from also, you know what I'm saying? Now listen, I've been on TikTok a lot doing posts and just interacting with the people. So right now I'm live streaming on Kick, Twitter, formerly known as X, and YouTube. So right now we're doing Kick. I said quick. We're doing Kick, YouTube, and X. So I'm live streaming on Kick, YouTube, and X right now. 3 different platforms. So make sure you check out hoodactionnews.com for the merch. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, the merch is on there. I got hats. I can't wait till it gets cold so I can wear my hoodies. You know what I'm saying? And I need to get a Ray-Ban. Ray-Bans need to hit us up too. You know what I'm saying? Because I be wearing Ray-Bans too. But listen, make sure you like, share, subscribe. I need the subscribers. You know, we're on YouTube. We're doing this thing for the community, trying to get this news out and these perspectives, right? We need you to like, share, and share, and subscribe. Subscribe. So like, share, and subscribe. But I really need them subscriptions, man. We need the subscribers. Please subscribe to my channel. Now I'm gonna turn into Umar on y'all. Brothers and sisters, please subscribe to the channel. Brothers and sisters. Yes, sir. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Ass App. I mean the Cash App. Brothers and sisters, hit the Ass App up. Don't make me go Umar on y'all. But listen, if you want to talk about something, let me know. The link is I can put the link in the chat. I could talk to y'all for 24 hours straight. Trust me, my man. You got the right person out here. Whatever y'all want to talk about, right? Like, share, subscribe. Be safe out here because there's some weirdos out here. It's literally some weirdos out here. So be safe. I'll see y'all tomorrow.